The sterile white walls of the Galactic Academy's interrogation chamber hummed with an unsettling frequency. Alexa sat perfectly still in the crystalline chair, her posture relaxed despite the four-armed guards flanking the exits. Across from her, Instructor Vextherin, a towering chromoth with iridescent scales and three multifaceted eyes, leaned forward, his mandibles clicking in what passed for a smile among his species. Human Cadet Alexa Chen. Vextherin began, his voice a melodious rumble that had broken countless cadets before her. You understand why you're here. Because Cadet Jackson Reed and I completed the survival simulation in half the projected time. Alexa replied evenly. And you don't believe it was possible. The chromoth's middle eye narrowed. The trials of Kepler-7 have a 93% fatality rate among experienced soldiers. You two are first-year cadets. Yet somehow, you not only survived, you thrived. Alexa remained silent, watching him with dark, analytical eyes. Let me be direct, Cadet Chen. I believe you cheated. I believe you accessed restricted data files. I believe your species' notorious cunning has manifested in the worst possible way. Vextherin activated a holographic display showing footage of the simulation. So I'm giving you one chance to confess before I recommend your expulsion. And that of your accomplice. Jackson isn't my accomplice, Alexa said quietly. He's my partner, and we didn't cheat. Vextherin's scales rippled with irritation. This was the part he enjoyed, the psychological pressure, the inevitable breakdown. He'd perfected this technique over 3 centuries of teaching. Humans, despite their rapid ascension in galactic society, were still emotionally vulnerable creatures. He'd broken dozens of them. Then explain to me, he hissed, how do untrained humans defeated the Epsilon Predators? That killed an entire Volturian strike team last month. We didn't defeat them, Alexa corrected. We avoided them. Impossible. The Epsilon's sensory range covers thermal, electromagnetic, and pheromone signatures within a 2-kilometer radius. Yes, I know. Alexa leaned forward slightly. But the simulation was based on Kepler-7's actual ecosystem. Correct. Vextherin's mandibles twitched. Correct. Then you used real data about the planet's geology, including the magnesium-rich clay deposits near the southern ravines. The instructor's 3 eyes fixed on her with new intensity. Jackson grew up on a farm in rural Montana, Alexa continued. He knew that certain clay compounds could mask thermal signatures if applied correctly. We covered ourselves in it, masked our electromagnetic signatures by ditching our standard tissue communicators. And the natural minerals confused the Epsilon's chemical sensors. That's rudimentary, Vextherin said, though his tone had shifted slightly. That's human, Alexa replied. You designed a test to break us psychologically to prove that. Humans don't belong among the advanced species of the Galactic Council. You wanted us to fail. The chamber fell silent. The guards shifted uncomfortably. That's a serious accusation, Cadet. It's the truth, Instructor. Alexa's voice remained calm, but her words cut like precision blades. I've reviewed the Academy's records. Humans have a 47% higher failure rate in your courses compared to any other species. Not because we're less capable, because you grade us harder. You give us impossible scenarios and then act shocked when we find ways to survive them. Vextherin's scales flushed a deep purple chromoth display of anger. I dare speak the truth you don't want to hear, Alexa interrupted, her voice still eerily steady. You've spent 3 centuries teaching tactics and strategy to 100 different species. You've won medals, earned commendations, and built a reputation as the Council's finest military instructor. And then humans arrived as species that didn't even have faster-than-light travel 15 years ago. And we started challenging everything you thought you knew about warfare. She stood slowly, maintaining eye contact with all 3 of his eyes. We don't have your strength, Instructor Vextherin. We don't have Volturian armor plating or Nexian telepathy or chromoth longevity. What we have is 4 billion years of evolution on a death world that tried to kill us at every turn. We learned to adapt. We learned to improvise. We learned to look at your impossible scenarios and ask, what would our ancestors have done? Your ancestors were primitive. Our ancestors crossed oceans in wooden boats, not knowing if there was land on the other side. They climbed mountains because they were there. They split atoms and touched the stars before most council species had finished mapping their own solar systems. Alexa's voice carried a quiet intensity that filled the chamber. You call us primitive, but we call it efficient. You see our solutions as cheating, because they don't match your 300-year-old tactical doctrines. Vex Theron was silent now, his scales gradually returning to their normal hue. Jackson and I survived your simulation because we treated it like our ancestors, treated every challenge as a problem to solve, not a test to pass. You wanted to break us with mind games and psychological pressure. But Instructor, Alexa's expression softened, becoming almost sympathetic. We're already broken. Every human is. We're a species that knows we're going to die, that the universe is vast and uncaring, and that we're insignificant in the cosmic scale. We accepted that long before we met you. She moved toward the door, and the guards, uncertain, looked to Vex Theron. That's why your mind games don't work on us, Alexa said, pausing at the threshold. You can't frighten people who've already stared into the abyss and decided to laugh at it. You can't break people who've been building themselves back up from broken pieces for millennia. Wait, Vex Theron said quietly. Alexa turned. The ancient Chromoth looked at her with something that might have been respect. How did you know? About my intentions? Because you reminded me of every instructor, every superior, every authority figure who ever underestimated humanity. Alexa said simply. We're used to it. We're just tired of it. She left the chamber, leaving Vex Theron alone with a truth that hurt far more than any accusation of cheating. That perhaps, after 3 centuries of teaching, he still had something to learn outside. Jackson was waiting, his usual easy smile in place. How'd it go? We passed, Alexa said. Did you give him the speech? I gave him the truth. Jackson laughed. That's even worse. They walked together down the gleaming corridors of the Galactic Academy, to humans among the stars, carrying with them the stubborn, terrifying, beautiful truth of their species, that they would not be broken, would not be diminished, and would never, ever stop rising.